Okie dokie. Starting a minute late. Just a hair late. Had to get things together. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, there we go. Okay. Clicked on the right screen eventually. Alrighty. So, here we are. We got our books for the week. Right here, it's a moderate stack, but you can clearly see right here in the middle, there's a bunch of Alex Ross Timeless variants. So I feel like if it wasn't for that, it really wouldn't be that bad of a week. I only read, I think, 5 books. So it was an alright week, nothing crazy. We got Gaypart in the chat and Tito, the alien, always putting some alien emojis in the chat. But yeah, it's kind of an alright week. And I got some extra stuff, but I think I'll save that for the Sunday streams. Like, I picked up some extra comics, just some random things, mainly some random like old variants that we had laying around, and then something I ordered came in, but nothing crazy, just some neat stuff. But I think I'll save that for the Sunday stream. This week will just be, or not this week, but the stream, I mean, will just be the new comics, So, yeah, I hope y'all are doing alright. I hope you all got to watch, what's up Xbox Gamer, I hope you all got to watch my short that I made for the Blue Beetle trailer. Watched that yesterday, and then a little bit later on, I was like, oh, I got a fun little idea, little goofy video I'll make real quick. I gotta ask my LCS to put blank covers in my sub box. Saw a Green Arrow blank cover for FOC and forgot to order it. Yeah, especially, I don't know how all shops are. Obviously every shop's gonna be different, but blank covers, might be something that some shops don't order. I feel like most shops probably don't order a ton of, so you have to be a little not careful, but a little proactive and be like, hey, I want those, or I want specific ones. I'm definitely paying a lot more attention to them now, making sure I get the ones that I want, and going ahead and getting multiples of new ones if I can. If it's something that I really, or not so much if I can. If it's new ones, I should be able to get them, but it's more so of like, how many do I want? You know what I mean? So, which, by the way, I have something coming in the mail. I think it's not supposed to be here until Monday. Now, hopefully, let me check the tracking on it today. Purchases. Let's see. The tracking says Monday. I ordered some more blank covers. I know I said I'm not really going to do too much anymore, but this one is some that I really, really wanted. And when you see it, you'll be like, well, okay, that's obvious. And I got a pretty good price for them. I'm pretty happy with. I don't think I paid much at all for these, so I'm pretty happy to get them. I did get a couple more in the mail the other day. I don't think I showed them off. It was X23, and what was the other one? I gotta look at my eBay information now because I really can't remember. Oh, it was all new Hawkeye #1. So, which I can't even think what book that one is. The all new Hawkeye. I don't think that's the Matt Fraction run. I think I do have the Matt Fraction run blank though. Maybe, I don't know. It does have like a similar logo. I don't know if that's is that the one with like the yellow cover? Maybe, I don't know. I can't remember which one's all new Hawkeye. I'll have to check it out. But anyway, so like I said, fairly light week. If it wasn't for the Alex Ross, how many Alex Ross are there this week? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. So if it wasn't for Alex Ross, I mean, that'd take out, good little chunk. And then, a bunch of other. I don't have any indie books this week. There's no indie books for me. There was a few new ones, but again, I just flip through the art. You know, anytime there's a new indie book, I'll flip the art. And there was one I actually wanted to maybe try to get. This is my armrest. If you see me, I'm fidgety, so I just grab it. And not my armrest, but like my elbow pad that I use when I'm on the computer and I'm playing with. But anyway, if you're just like, what is that? I guess you could maybe think it's my phone for a second. But anyway, lost my complete train of thought there. Oh yeah, with indie books, there's one Junk Rabbit or something like that. And when I saw the cover, you know, just like on previews, I was like, maybe, you know, that looks maybe interesting. And then I looked through the art and I'm like, man, this sucks. Like, it's just really, really ugly. I don't like it. It's not pleasant to look at. So I don't know. I think that's a super, super big thing. It's crazy to me. I feel like a big thing. I'm trying to like. Again, I'm without saying too much. I'm working on writing a comic right now. And because of that, I'm doing a lot of, which, you know, I mean, I pay attention anyway, but I'm like extra paying attention right now to certain things on, what's up, Gene? Um, I'm, I'm, I'm trying to pay extra attention to things like, you know, what, I meant to make a poll on this too. I want to do that. I need to write that down on a sticky note. Otherwise, I won't get anything done. If I don't write things down on sticky notes, poll, why buy indie? Okay, so when I'm looking at an indie comic, you know, a new book I've never heard, I don't know the writer, I don't know the artist, you know, what makes me, what draws me to that book? And it's going to be different for everybody. Some people are more about the concept of a book, and I don't know. To me, that's not a huge one. I saw there's a book of timeless villain covers coming out September. It's gonna have removable posters. Like, okay, cool. Like the Jenny Frison covers book. Wait, yeah, there's quite a few of them like that. I'm waiting for that instead of chasing all the covers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm picking them all up. Even though I had all the original set and I ended up selling that. So I might eventually sell these. I don't know. I do like them, but it's like there's no way to display. There's so many of them, but they are really cool. I like them. Anyway, so going back to like just my recent studies of indie books and thinking, you know, what makes me pick up a new indie book? Because and not, you know, obviously like if it's a new like there's a new Tinian book that's coming out, World Tree. My first bit of interest came because I knew that's a Tinian book. And I'm like, ooh, let me look into it. And then I'm like, ooh, I kind of like this art. Now I'm interested in the book. You know what I mean? I'm talking about a book with, you know, I don't know the name. I don't know the artist. I don't know anything about it. What makes me pick up that book? And like I said, for some people, it's definitely going to be, you know, the synopsis and, you know, what does that story entail? But for me, I think, and just watching other people, you know, I think the number one most important thing is to have a banger cover. Like just an absolutely, oh man, well I gotta check this out. Like that has a sweet cover. At least to draw you in some way. I think that's like the most important thing. Now granted, all things are important, but in kind of different reasons. I think the cover is going to draw in the most attention and get you the most, you know, people noticing that book. And then, now granted, this is going to vary a little bit. And also, like, cover's really important for ordering. So, for example, if I'm ordering books from my shop and there's some new indie books, I will look at the covers, you know, because I can't look at the interiors or nothing. And so I kind of have to judge, or whatever comic shop, you know, person doing orders, they have to look at that cover, look at the title, and that's all they have. And they get the, you know, the publisher. Is it Image? Is it Scout? Is it, you know, Marvel, whoever, you know. So that's all the information you have on a new book, you know. And again, assuming you don't know anything about the writer or the artist or anything, you have to look at those. And so I think the cover is just super, super important for order numbers. It's important for when it's actually on the shelf and people are walking by looking at the new comics. Something that catches someone's eye, you know what I mean? Like, that is so, so important. I know that's obvious, But again, just like leveling priorities and like figuring out like what has to happen. Because for example, I could write the most amazing story ever, and maybe even the interior art is incredible, but if the cover sucks or is just not eye catching, then it could have incredibly low performing results. Um, so again, I think kind of the most important thing for a unknown indie book is its cover. Because I've even bought, and I'm sure plenty of people, have bought books, indie books, and like, oh, that's a sweet cover, I'm gonna check it out. And then you go home and read it, and it sucks. Okay, and I'll get into that here in a little bit. But again, I still bought that number one. You know what I mean? And actually, sometimes maybe even bought the number two because I was like, this cover's still pretty fire. Like the next cover. Then again, so I think the next most important thing is going to be, as far as selling that first issue, is the interior artwork. You have to have just, or not have to have, but like at least decent artwork. Because like there's a lot of times where I just look at a book and the artwork's awful and I don't care to pick it up. I look at it, like I said, there was a book this week that I looked at and I was actually wanting to pick up, and I flipped through it and I was like, man, I think this looks awful, and I set it back down on the shelf. And that's just how it is for me. Again, that's gonna be like a lesser amount of people, though, I think. Now, granted, it is still an important number of those people just walking, looking through their LCS, see the cover gets them, then they're gonna flip through it, and if they don't like what they see when they flip through it, I think they're gonna sit it back down. Now, the next most important thing is going to be the writing, but the writing is actually the importance of the longevity of the book. So what will make someone pick up the issue 2 and the issue 3 and the issue 4, what keeps them coming back? I think the art is so important at the beginning. Now granted, obviously stays important, like, because if you have killer art, like, every story is different. Sometimes a story, there's not too much going on visually, but you're super captivated in the story. Or there could be other times, where the story's kind of generic or whatever, but the art is awesome, and it's just, it's just like a fun story, not necessarily good, but it's just like, whatever, I'm having a blast with it. So, if the art is doing its job in that way, like, that can be awesome. But ideally, you want a pretty good mix. You want the art to be pretty good and a reason people like it. You want the writing to be pretty good. So again, I'm just doing some studying, really trying to evaluate all the little nuances, and that's just the general, pretty basic overhaul. Like I said, I mean, kind of the obvious things. You want good writing, you want good art, but like where exactly. And also, like, for example, I think if you're a newer book, it's probably better to have a title, and this one I don't have any proof on. This one to me is more speculative. But I would think it's better to have a title in the earlier, not necessarily beginning, but like early mid area of the alphabet. Now, granted, every comic shop's going to have their new comics set up differently, but for, like, example, at my shop, our new stuff is going to be, like, almost towards the ground, or, like, not new stuff, but, like, our, into the alphabet stuff, for the new stuff is going to be almost towards the ground, and, comic book people, we're not necessarily known for being the most physically fit, and, some of us, especially when we get into our older ages, don't like bending down to pick up a comic book. So I think some of that could factor into it. Now granted, again, this is more so on the like LCS factor of it. It's not going to count towards your people that do online ordering and stuff like that. I think that's probably, you get a lot more leeway in a way. I feel like on the online, you probably lose. You have some people that always will check out the indie titles, but I feel like that's not a large majority of comic people. I feel like the people that mostly come into a comic shop, you have to convince them. Like, you really convince them to buy your book. Again, cover has to like accidentally catch their attention because it's just that awesome, and then like I said, they might open it up, flip through the interior, and look at that, and then that has to also impress them. The subject matter has to be, something interesting, and again, I think that's important too. Not just the cover has to look good, but the cover has to promise a story, promise an interest to deliver to you. So, again, a lot of things I'm thinking about, but that's just some rants and rambles. Y'all are here to get into this week's comics. So starting off, we have Ghost Rider 13, and that is the A cover. That is Danny Ketch. He is back. I think we saw him, or a tease of him in the last issue. I can't remember. And this one wasn't... It was good. It sounded like it was going to be kind of negative. I did enjoy this issue, but this wasn't like... it was like giving a little bit of backstory on like how Danny Ketch got to be this. Even though we really didn't get a full answer. Like, it just started to go into the backstory of what's going on with Danny Ketch. But that was definitely an interesting read. Also picked up... this is the B cover here. Pretty cool one. I can't remember the name of the artist there, but... I did enjoy that one. Let's see. I don't know. Oh well. Cool cover regardless. Like that one. And then moving on to Spider-Gwen Shadow Clones number 2. I picked up the Momoko variant. I only picked up this cover this week. The other covers I thought were, they were alright. But this one I thought was cool, creepy. I like when Momoko gets creepy. It's funny because Momoko has like 2 modes. She's like super cutesy, or she gets super creepy. If you like creepy and horror type stuff, she is going to be part of that Darth Vader Black, White, and Red. It's like, an anthology book like all those black, white and red books are. But I've seen some of, she's like did some teaser stuff of some of her interior panels, and I love Momoko's interior panels. Like, I love her cover work, but I genuinely think she's a better interior artist than a cover artist. Like, I don't know, I just feel like she's always trying to tell a story in that means. So sometimes I think when her stuff is kind of static, it's not as good in that regard. But anyway, her stuff is for Vader it looks like it's going to be like a horror, creepy, weird thing, and I'm all about it. And I'm super, super excited for that. I wish it was going to be the whole book, but I think it's just a little story in that first issue. Up next, I have I Am Iron Man number 2, and this is the War Machine variant.
Can you tell me stream started?
Well, you were asleep. Anyway, so this is the War Machine variant. I do have one small complaint here. So we got War Machine covering the trade dress there, but it's kind of awkward. Like, I kind of wish it like stretched out.
Yeah.
And so it basically said I am War Machine instead of I am Iroh War Machine and... but regardless, cool cover. That's the only variant we picked up on this one. It is a very...
It's weird.
It's a strange one. So again, this series is an anthology story, so each issue is its own story.
Well rested is not a correct statement.
Yeah, no, you got a very crusty Chris. Anyway, and the first one was weird, and this one's weird, but I like it. It's very, very different. I could have never predicted this as an Iron Man story. I don't think if you gave me a million tries, I could have got this one. But it's interesting. I like it. It's different. And honestly, pretty refreshing for Iron Man. I feel like Iron Man is kind of... people don't really know what to write about him right now. I'm enjoying the current ongoing series, but it's okay. Still feels like a hint of staleness to it, Well, no, I'll reword that. I think it's pretty stale, but it is written well enough. So I'm enjoying it, but it's nothing like super creative. Where this is almost like too creative. Like, this is like, what are you doing with Iron Man? But at the same time, like I said, I'm enjoying
Hi,
it.
Pia.
Hey, what's going on, Pia? Krusty Krabby Chris. Anyway, so moving on. We have, why was he on this variant cover? Now that I realize it.
There was another Groot variant cover, too.
Yeah.
You might just have some variants.
Anyway, so we got a Cosmic Ghost Rider number 2 with Groot on here.
Logan
Groot
does no good.
Groot is not in this book at all. So if you're expecting Groot, and I was actually pretty excited because like, I love the more horror kind of looking Groot. That's one book that I really, really want is his first appearance where he's just a monster. Man, that book is so sick. I love horror stuff. This book is okay. And that's probably the highest praise I can give it. There is something a little bit more interesting at the end. And that's kind of how I felt about the second issue too. It's like I felt like about pretty much the whole thing, and at the end I was like, oh, that's kind of neat.
I don't know if I'm going to keep reading it. I don't know if it's for me.
I don't know either. It's one of those things, like, again, you know, like this week, we didn't have too much to read. And I wanted that cover because it is pretty sick. So
the dogs woke up finally.
Might as well read it.
They were laying down with me.
Yeah, it's really funny whenever you're laying with the dogs. Because I had Waffles in the bed yesterday, did the same thing. Where I was, you know, just chilling with him in the bed, and I was watching some videos on YouTube or whatever. And then I got up and I started doing other things. And then it's like an hour later, like he wakes up and realizes I'm not there. He's like, oh, what happened, you know? And then up next we have Joe Fixit number 4. This is a Ryan Gonzalez variant, which we get very, very little love.
Yeah.
Now this one isn't my favorite just because Joe Fixit is a little slim looking. Looks like he's
he looks like a guy dressed up like Joe Fixit.
he looks like he's been slimming down, been losing some weight, but
good for him.
let me remember
This was another really fun Joe Fixit issue.
I have to remember where it started and end because I wasn't caught up. I had to read last month's issue and then read this issue, so it kind of blurred together. Yeah, I mean, this series is okay. Like, it's just fun and dumb and has a bunch of big guys fighting and Spider-Man and Joe Fixit. Oh, well, there was kind of some cool stuff with Bruce Banner as
That's
well.
The last issue. It really does that. This one kind of has it in there, but not as much as the last issue.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The more so the last issue. It has a little bit here. But it was better in the last issue. That was probably my favorite issue, actually. But yeah, I don't know. That's all I got for that one. Nothing, like I said, if you just want to see some, like, kind of generic superhero fighting in a kind of a fun situation, it's alright. Then we have Rogue and Gambit number 2. That's, I think, the A cover, right?
Yeah.
And did you read this?
Yeah.
I didn't read the first one, so I didn't.
Oh, it's all right.
It's all right. It does have a banger Momoko cover, though.
Yeah.
Like, that one's super, super sweet. That one's up there for cover of the week for me. Just all right. Nothing else.
Yeah, I don't know what really to say about it.
Now you're behind on this one, right?
Super.
So Cap, Sentinel, 11. God, it's on 11 already.
Yeah.
This one we both gave up on reading. Well, you only read one issue, didn't you?
Yeah.
What number is this? 4. I think I just read the first 2, and I was like, I'm good. But came out with the Ji-Young Lee cover. I had to pick that up. Super, super awesome cover. Man, he's got a silk cover coming out, but it's a exclusive to his website. But it's pretty sweet looking. And then moving on to the Alex Ross Timeless Villains. We got MODOK, which I think... No, that's right. I said earlier. So this is one of the few that it actually covers up the whole page. And it's kind of weird looking because you're...
It's this one in Galactus, I think.
Yeah, you're used to...
having the white...
some white background. Yeah. So it kind of looks off. Like, it doesn't look like it belongs in the collection. But
I
yeah,
do like it.
There's MODOK, and that was... That was Captain America number 11. This one is Amazing Spider-Man 23. Sorry, my allergies are killing me. And it is Mysterio. And this might be one of my favorites. Like, I like his head on the inside. You can kind of see,
Yeah.
you know. That's a super, super cool one. I like that one a lot. I love that cover. Hold up. Let me make sure. One of my favorite covers this year. The Scarlet Witch one. I have to pick it up. Yeah, that one's super, super sweet. Still loving the Timeless. Yeah, like, they're cool. They're definitely cool. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to end up keeping them or not, just because I don't have the original set anymore. But I do like them, so I don't know. Yeah. At least we'll keep them for a while. We got the Magneto. Well, and I'm going to keep my Black Cat. You know, like, if nothing else, keep the Black Cat. You know, Scarlet Witch number 4. You know, got the Magneto, which is pretty cool. Then we have Spider-Man number 7. This is not the Amazing, just the regular Spider-Man. Hey, Kenneth. I waved that way. I don't think you saw my hand. Yeah. Anyway, Doc Ock on there. I did. I waved at the computer screen. Hello, are you in my computer? Anyway, now this one I want to ask you all about because there's differing opinions. This is Venom number 18, and this is the Lizard. And yes, he's goofy looking, but do you like it or do you hate it? Because he is goofy looking, but this is what classic Lizard looks like. And, you know, it's one of those things. I hate when, because we, you know, like every week up at the shop, we do the video where we pick our best and worst covers of the week. And I don't think it should count as a worst cover if the art was, you know, like that was the intention of the art, is to look a certain way. And like Alex Ross can clearly draw very well. He's just drawing a very goofy looking character right now.
Yeah.
And so, and there's other examples, you know, week to week as things go on where there might be a certain style. Like Chris, for example, always hates on the Garbage Pail Kids.
I hate Garbage Pail Kids.
But that is how they're supposed to look. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they drew them badly. It's just we don't like the way it looks. The only one I don't like is Doc Ock. Where's his arms? You can't add them bad boys to fit in the background. I think you could add one. I do agree with you there. It could have been like one, you know, like that. Maybe a little bit there. You know, you don't want too much going on. You don't want all 4 arms somehow in the background. I'll give you that. But maybe they're lifting them up, you know. But yeah, I just want to know what y'all think about the Lizard. Because personally, I'm a fan of things that are goofy looking.
Yeah.
And again, like, it's drawn really well. It's just a goofy ass looking lizard. And he's got a trench coat, so I mean, he's at least better than the Amazing Spider-Man version.
Still want the figure of this one.
Yeah. I do want that figure.
They made a really good Marvel Legend.
What's up, Ghostin? LOL, does that mean you don't like it? I don't know. Do I need to make a poll? Let's see. Actually, let's see. Can I make a poll? Hold on. Where's poll? One of these things. Add reaction. Show you.
Engage the audience.
Start a poll. Okay.
You can also add options.
Lizard good? Yes, no. Ask your community. Alright. We'll come back to that. Oh, God. That takes up a lot of the screen. Looks like straight out of 80s low budget sci-fi. But that's kind of cool, though, right? I like the Lizard a little off. If so, are some of the other ones. What?
I don't know.
Logan, you're always questioning, or making me question. Oh, they don't like him. Okay, anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to go back to the poll. Anyway, so this is...
we're going to redo the poll, and
we're going to
get the results we want.
This is Wolverine 32. Oh, we got Rhino. This is one of the weird ones. It's like...
they probably can't really hear me really well. Oh, well. Oh. It's too late for that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll just speak up.
But yeah, why is Rhino on Wolverine? I get, like... I mean, there was a spider...
they probably ran out of room.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't know if... It probably wouldn't last that long. But in the next Spider-Gwen, because she's fighting clones that are, like, mixed with clone DNA of, like, her plus some villain. In the next issue, she's fighting a Gwen Rhino thing. That would have been a perfect one.
50%.
But it might have been too long.
Actually, how well can you guys hear me, I guess? Here, let me speak like regulars. This is like good enough.
If you can't hear Chris, clap your hands.
Poll. Can you hear Chris? Yes,
oh,
no.
yeah. Maybe we could do it. How do I make this bigger? Okay.
I don't know.
So 50-50. I don't know how many people.
All four people.
Blah, blah, blah. So 2 yes and 2 no. Well, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, I guess I could have added a maybe, but oh well. But so are some of the other ones good? Well, in poll.
Yeah.
Chris audio's good.
Chris audio good? Okay.
I'd rather Rhino on Wolverine than all four of the Fantastic. Yeah, the same. Yeah. I know. I'm just, there are some on this one that on this time, this go around that are just like, eh. Now, granted, it is mostly I think because the fact that there's so many damn Spider-Man villains, and it's like we have a lot of Spider-Man books, but not quite enough. Anyway, speaking of that, we have Spider-Man. What I looked at the back of the number surely here.
7.
Number 7.
I got it because it's the Japanese Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I love him.
Chris loves Japanese Spider-Man. So I grabbed that one.
Lodged in my ear with his distinctive, soothing voice. Thank you.
It's aggressive when he's yelling right in your ear. And that's it for Marvel. And we have but one Star Wars book this week. We picked up Hidden Empire, number 5. I still need to read... Did I read the first issue? I don't remember.
I think you did.
I think I did.
I know I didn't.
But I definitely didn't read any more than that. This is a connecting variant, apparently. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There was also, I think,
there a shuttle in the background?
The A cover was also really good. I think this...
I don't see a shuttle in the background.
No. There's a cool background, though. Be a cool wallpaper, just a bunch of Star Wars vehicles. Be nerdy as shit. Anyway, yeah, cool.
That's some little boy bedrooms shit right there.
Yeah, it really is, but I would totally be down with it. And then we have 2 DC books. We have Poison Ivy number 11. I only picked up 1 variant this week. Pretty cool one. I like this one quite a bit. I think there was a Virgin variant. I don't know if it was foil or not. I saw it on Key Collector as I was flipping through,
Polls are fun now that I think about it.
I do like doing polls. I just forget to do them. I need to... I actually wrote down a note because I want to do a poll on the whole channel, not just on the live stream.
Do a poll, Marco, real quick. Should we do more polls?
No. Anyway, I think there's a Virgin variant that's maybe a foil. I feel like usually they do them in foil. DC, anyway. Lately. But anyway. It's okay. Honestly, the Poison Ivy story hasn't been super great. But I want to keep picking it up because they've had consistent banger covers.
Mm-hmm.
Frism keeps doing covers. Middleton keeps doing covers. And honestly, between the two of them, like, I love fighting to be like, oh, I don't know which one I like better this week, And Chris is abusing the power of polls.
Obviously, I'm not. He won't let me.
We'll try to do more polls in the future. Might be emotional trauma, but I hear Chris greeting Amanda before me in my head on a second by second basis. That sounds like trauma. So I may not be the one to ask. That's pretty good. And then we have Batman 134. And I have been enjoying Batman. This has been a pretty good read. Definitely interested to see how this is going to wrap up. What was that thing I was talking about? I don't know. Okay. I think on the other ad I saw it didn't have this. So it has this like Batman and Catwoman thing. So I didn't know if that was going to be like a different book or what, but now it has like 2 different writers and artists and stuff. So I don't know if they're going to be fighting. I'm not going to pick up Catwoman just to read it on Catwoman, probably. Unless I'm really, really confused. I hope that's not the case. But anyway, I talked about that some time ago. But maybe I just missed that it said the names. You're in a relatively safe space. Yeah, emphasis on relative. Is that Oreo? That's all our books this week. Like I said,
we don't have a whole lot.
Not a ton. Nothing particularly like amazing.
Yeah. Ghost Rider I thought was pretty good.
Ghost Rider's good.
I really liked the character, the way they characterized Danny.
Danny was
spoiler.
neat. No, I mean he's on the cover. Danny was neat. Iron Man I liked. It was weird, but I liked it. Yeah, and then like I said,
there was another
didn't
one.
read any Star Wars. Now, granted, I am excited to read Hidden Empire. I just got behind on it.
I did like Joe fix it.
Any $4.99 timeless this week? I don't think so. I think they're all $3.99.
God, he's on me about this.
Huh?
Because I said there was a $4.99 timeless at some point. He's like, no, I think they were all $3.99. I was like, no, there was 100% a $4.99 one. Or was that an argument with somebody else?
I don't know.
I'm blaming you, Gabe Hart, for this argument I had with somebody.
I have no idea. The only one that I remember is Venom. That was on the number 1 of Lethal Protector, so it was $4.99. Great because I haven't read anything, but the covers are pretty good. Yeah, this is my little, sneak peek. My little, I'm special and I get to read my books before you old peasants, I actually read my DC yesterday, so I read my DC even earlier. And that's honestly out of being lazy, too. I could have read my DC like last week, but you're offended. Good. Wait, by Chris or by me?
Hopefully by me.
Or by both. It could be both. Both those. See, I keep leaving out that middle
both
option.
Both is good.
Do I need to start a poll, Logan? So you can answer.
Only Logan do this poll.
Yeah. Called us peasants. Am I wrong?
Are you peasants? Yes, no, maybe.
You're peasants in the sense that you don't get early comic books. But us mere mortals, he can read. Yeah, you all just look at the pictures. I know what you all do. You're like, ooh.
I know what those words
pretty
mean.
colors. If you're a fan of pretty colors, do not pick up Junk Rabbit because it is pretty much just poop brown on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
That
a lot of poop brown.
I think I talked about earlier before you got here. When I saw the cover and looking through the new books that are coming out, before they came in, I was like, oh, okay, that looks kind of interesting. Might pick that up. And then literally just poop brown on the inside, like it's so bad looking. No, you're wrong. Just hurtful. I wish I could get mine before Sundays. Yeah, that's a long time to wait. Do you just work? There's no time you could like squeeze in before or after work or something. I don't know. I mean, if you pick it up on Sunday, you should pick it up on Sunday. It's not the end of the world, but. Oh, I forget how to do things. Jeff's. Here, you gotta move him slightly. Oh no, one fell over. I just read Blonde Viking Thunderhammer guy. Still don't know his name. One day I'll piece the letters together. Yeah. He's pretty cool though. He is pretty cool. I like him. And he sure do thunder that hammer. But yeah, that's all we got for you this week. This Sunday, actually Sunday this time.
First Sunday.
There is always a slight potential chance it will get moved to Saturday. Look, I'm not trying to do this. I actually don't want it to be on Saturdays because we only get an hour, actually really less than an hour from getting off work, getting home, maybe getting some food. I don't know what that means. Anyway, like it's just a rush, and then I got to get home and get ready for stream, and I don't like it. But if I do it on Sundays, I get 2 hours, and that is a significant difference. For those of you all that aren't mathematically inclined, it's actually a 100% increase of time, and I love time manipulation. Sunday stream on Sunday. Is this legal? Should we be concerned? There might be. Some stars colliding. T-Hor.
You explained the joke. You're not actually dumb.
What? Anyway. So,
Chris I got some Lego minifigs.
Has some Lego minifigs. We haven't opened up any... This is new, right? This is not the same ones? Because we somehow, on our first try, opened up all, was it like 8 or 12 of them or whatever last time? But yeah, so this is a new wave. Only got a few.
G.I. Joe. And thanks to the kind generosity of a viewer,
Oh, yeah.
Terrence, more G.I. Joe.
Which isn't here right now, but I'm
He
sure
isn't
he'll
here
watch
right
this
now.
on the rewind.
Yeah.
Are going to be busy with the minifigs.
Nobody
yeah.
tell him I mentioned him.
And we also have a bunch of comics to show off. Like I said, I picked up some cool,
I'm gonna go ahead and re-show
little
off
older
the Batmobile.
ratio variants. Yeah, Chris is going to be building Legos.
Where's the other?
I'm going to be showing off other things.
This Fox.
Theoretically, we should be getting both of those done. And especially since it's on Sunday, we should feel... Oh, man, I can't lie. I've also, like... Because, like, I think it was... Yeah, this past Saturday...
I'm still gonna get done with the whole sets before Marco gets done with the minifigures.
That's not the truth most of the time. Anyway, like last Saturday, I know we didn't do a super long stream or
It's
anything.
a really cool one.
But like lately, my allergies have been killing me. Like today was actually pretty rough as well. Like I was like struggling to breathe all damn day. It's a great Lego. Love that Batmobile. Yeah, that one will be pretty cool. So that will be Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm trying to think. We don't have anything else. Like I said, I got a stack of comics to show you all. I almost brought them out today, but it's like, I'll save it for Saturday. Allergies have been bad lately in this area. Yeah, they've been really rough. Like, really, really rough. Actually, there's no way in hell I can do it Saturday. Do the stream on Saturday because we'll be doing the con.
Yeah, well, that'll be... Yeah.
So we cannot... If anything, if something were to happen, we can't do it on Sunday. It would have to be like a Monday stream. But should be Sunday. I don't think anything's going to come up. Yeah, should be Sunday. The first Sunday stream on a Sunday. Sunday for the win, yeah. I don't think we don't have any other figures or nothing, right? Well, now granted, I guess there's always the chance we could find something at the con.
Yeah.
I'm not really looking to shop for anything at the con.
Not even more blank covers.
Now, granted, if there's a box of blank covers, I might take a look. Not saying I won't take a look. It's starting to warm up. Yeah, it was really humid today too. It was kind of gross.
Make an elf shotgun the beer.
It's funny because, like when it's winter, I forget. By the time like it starts heating back up, I forget. It's like, oh yeah, we live in a super humid, just awful land. We live in a swamp.
I hate the fact that us as Americans just saw this swamp land and was like, let's go there. Let's live in this.
Yeah.
Let's concrete over the top of it and call it a day.
You can concrete the swamp, but you can't kill it. It's the best I got. Nice. I'm waiting for the snow to just... You have snow? Oh my god. So we can get out of 6-month winter. Wow, that's rough. Yeah, I don't know. See, I'm not a big fan of snow either. I'm a big fan of
snow.
I don't like the snow. I don't like it at all. Hurts my joints. Now for me, just fair weather. I feel like that's most people. But I just don't want anything too extreme on either direction. I don't like humidity. I don't like rain. I don't want anything to happen. All right. Nothing. Can that happen, please? Just nothing at all.
Go to Australia.
No. Anyway,
Nothing happens there.
a lot happens there. Like giant wildfires that could have easily been prevented, but they did nothing to stop. Actually, did everything they could to actually make it possible. Yeah, enjoy your 3 collective days yearly in Louisville. Yeah, that's pretty much all we get. It gets to be like, it's like, man, this is awesome, and then all of a sudden it's humid as shit. And I'm like, oh no, I forgot about this part. I don't mind the cold too much. To me, as long as it's not too cold.
I mind the cold unless it's snowing. Then it's at least
which is
pretty
whack.
outside.
Like that's the worst part, because then then you're gonna be cold and wet, and this is like I hate colds. You know, I hate when it's snowing, and I hate when cold rain is awful. Like that sucks. But at least with if it's cold, like you can bundle up. And that's the thing. If you're all bundled up, and then like it gets wet with snow or rain or whatever, then that just makes it worse. But if it's just cold, you can bundle up and be all right. You know.
I hate it when it's just cold, because then it's just gray and ugly and sucks outside.
That's better than snow.
But when it's snowing, like actively,
it's blindingly white outside.
It's
and then like
beautiful.
it gets dirty and grimy, and that's
after the snow.
that immediately after. And it's not. It's just blinding and white and terrible and cold and wet. Snow is nice for a week. We call it Hallmark Christmas movie week. Then nuclear winter and barren cold desert for a few months. I guess that sounds really awful. Autumn's all I love. Yeah. No, if I could have eternal autumn, that'd be amazing. 70 today, and it's going to be 40 tomorrow. That sucks. That would totally kill my sinuses. I'm super sensitive to all that stuff. It destroys me every time there's a huge temperature shift.
CPA used the word beautiful in his description of snow.
He said a week. Anyway, hoping for a mild spring until it's time for the AC. Yeah, snow is grimy. Like even right now, like it's not even hot, but it just feels gross. Snow is grimy and blinding. That's a beautiful description. Alright. Anyway, that's all we got. Thanks everybody for stopping by. It's been
Not even an hour.
Not even an hour, but that's what the Tuesday streams are supposed to be now.
Just us chilling for a little bit, us saying hi.
It's like half an hour to an hour.
A teaser stream, if you will.
Oh no, not just
you
for
want
that.
More of us, you can't have it. Sucks.
It's just for. I'm gonna try to get some.
Cry and watch our VODs.
I'm gonna try to get some more shorts done. There's some, just like talking about a comic here or there.
Yeah, that's correct.
Stuff like
as
that.
You should.
Yeah, but like it actually sucks. That'd be like a mushroom cloud kind of looks cool, but it actually sucks. You know what I mean? Like, true. Thanks for housing us. Yes, you have been housed for 47 minutes. Now get out and be free.
Wait, what is this from? What?
What?
Why are we housing?
What are you talking? We invited them. What are you talking about? We housed them for a duration of time. Now they are gone. Anyway.
Waffle cone.
Goodbye. Thank you, everybody. Blah, blah.